From the very first second, this spin-off promises to immerse us in a world we've only glimpsed through memories and mentions. And yet it feels instantly familiar. Violet, only 18, is navigating a society filled with rigid rules, proper expectations, and endless scrutiny. Yet she carries a spark, a cleverness, and a heart that refuses to be hidden. Meeting Edmund isn't just a fleeting moment. It's the collision of two souls who are about to define what love looks like for generations. What's fascinating here is that their connection is not instant fireworks and dramatic declarations, it's humor. Shared glances, awkward laughs, and the slow, deliberate building of trust. It's incredibly relatable. Because who hasn't experienced that nervous tension when someone captures your attention in a way that makes your chest tighten and your thoughts scatter? That is the beauty of this story. It's grounded in real emotions, in the subtle moments that most people never see but that leave lasting impressions. For years, fans have speculated about the early days of Violet and Edmund's courtship. And now, the trailer hints at those moments with such precision that it feels like a window into history itself. There's a sense of nostalgia for what we know will come in Athena. The legacy, the iconic family, but also the thrill of discovering how it all began. Every decision they make, every step they take toward each other, carries weight, because we already know the outcome. Yet the suspense comes from seeing the journey unfold naturally, beautifully, and unexpectedly. And it's not just about the romance, it's about society, status, and the quiet power dynamics that shape their lives. There's tension in every ballroom glance, every whispered conversation, and every minor scandal that could alter their paths forever. Imagine the pressures Violet must face, expectations from family, the judgment of peers, and the burden of knowing she's stepping into a life that will affect generations. Then there's Edmund, whose calm, steady presence contrasts perfectly with Violet's nervous energy, but who also carries secrets, desires, and his own societal pressures. Together, they create a dynamic that is both grounding and electric. The trailer teases these moments with subtlety, the way their eyes meet across crowded rooms, the slight smiles that betray mutual admiration, and the quiet gestures that speak louder than words. It's a delicate dance between longing and restraint, between duty and personal desire, and it makes the anticipation of the spin-off almost unbearable. Fans are already imagining entire episodes dissecting these small moments. The letters exchanged, the hesitant touches, the first shared jokes that reveal compatibility, and the mutual understanding that will form the foundation of not just their marriage, but the values the entire Bridgetgerton family will come to embody. And while the original series gave us glimpses through Violet's role as the matriarch, this spin-off flips the perspective, allowing us to witness the young woman behind the composed, wise, and loving figure we've always admired. It's thrilling to think about seeing the vulnerability, the awkward missteps, and the private triumphs that never reached the screen before. The story promises depth, because it's rooted in character development, but it's also suspenseful, teasing what challenges they will face both inside the rigid walls of London society and in their hearts. What choices will they make to protect their budding love? How will external pressures threaten what feels so natural and genuine between them? The trailer already hints at some tension, giving fans a taste of conflict without revealing too much, which only amplifies the excitement. And there's another layer here, seeing how their story influences the next generations. Every glance Violet gives Edmund, every decision they make together, sets the emotional standard for their children, the same children we've come to love, whose own romances have captivated audiences. Understanding this origin adds emotional gravity to every scene of the main series, because suddenly, Anthony, Benedict, Daphne, and the others are no longer just characters, they are echoes of a love story that started it all. It's compelling, thrilling, and emotionally resonant, because the spin-off doesn't just ask us to watch, it asks us to feel, to remember our own first loves, awkward crushes, and moments of nervous hope, while simultaneously reminding us why Violet's presence as a mother, mentor, and symbol of true love is so monumental. The stakes are higher than a simple romance. They are the roots of an entire legacy. And the excitement isn't just in the romance itself. It's in the historical context, the subtle political and social pressures that the trailer suggests will influence their decisions. From the whispers of society balls to the tension in family expectations, every scene seems poised to combine intimacy with intrigue, giving the audience both heart and suspense. Fans are already theorizing about potential plotlines, from secret meetings and private letters to hints at rivalries or societal obstacles that could make or break this legendary love story. And while there is tension, there is also warmth, humor, wit, and the slow blooming of affection that feels authentic and earned. It's the kind of storytelling that makes viewers lean forward in their seats, eager to see the next look, the next word, the next subtle movement that signals a shift in their relationship. Every second of this trailer seems meticulously crafted to balance the known and the unknown, the history we are aware of, and the mysteries of their courtship we've only imagined. For fans, it's like finally seeing the bridge between the legends of the main series and the human moments that built them, creating a narrative that is both satisfying and endlessly intriguing. And while we await the full release, speculation is already running wild. What moments will be shown? Which side characters will influence their romance? And how will the show capture the tender, nuanced dynamics that make Violet and Edmund's love timeless? Every frame, every tease, every hint of dialogue feels like a promise that this spinoff will not just satisfy curiosity. It will redefine the way we experience the Bridgerton universe, reminding us that love is not just grand gestures and dramatic events, but the quiet, unassuming moments that leave the deepest marks on our hearts. As the trailer unfolds, what truly grips the imagination is the way it teases the tension between societal expectations and personal desire, which defines the early story of Violet and Edmund. Young Violet, though intelligent and witty, is suddenly thrust into a world where every glance, word, and gesture is scrutinized. A world where her very presence carries expectations far beyond her years. She's not just navigating courtship, she's navigating the invisible rules of propriety, trying to balance her own heart against the rigid demands of tradition. And then there's Edmund, whose calm confidence and understated charm make him both intriguing and slightly intimidating. He is aware of the stakes, aware of the eyes watching him, and yet there's an authenticity in the way he interacts with Violet that hints at a deeper connection forming beneath the polite smiles and formal introductions. The trailer teases these subtle but powerful interactions, moments where a simple look or a fleeting touch conveys volumes, hinting at the slow-burning love that will shape the future of the entire Bridgerton lineage. What makes this story so compelling is that it's not about instant chemistry or dramatic plot. Twist, it's about building trust, forging a friendship, and allowing love to grow organically, which is rare in the realm of high-stakes romance narratives. Fans have long speculated on how Violet and Edmund first recognized the qualities that would make them lifelong partners. And now, this spinoff gives us the chance to witness that recognition in real time. The trailer emphasizes humor and playfulness, the way two people can connect over shared jokes, awkward moments, and honest conversation, which makes every tender scene feel earned and genuine. There is an undeniable thrill in seeing Violet's nervous energy meet Edmund's steadiness, creating a tension that is both romantic and suspenseful. And while the love story itself is the heart of the narrative, the trailer hints at the wider societal pressures that will challenge them at every turn. Family expectations, whispered scandals, and the ever-present eyes of London society, all of which threaten to disrupt the budding romance before it can truly take root. There is a delicate balance being teased here, between the freedom of personal desire and the constraints imposed by lineage, class, and tradition, which gives the story an extra layer of intrigue. We catch glimpses of the characters' private thoughts and internal struggles, moments of hesitation, doubt, and courage that make them instantly relatable despite the historical setting. And it's in these intimate, seemingly small interactions that the trailer creates its suspense. Will Violet and Edmund overcome the societal hurdles and forge a lasting bond? Or will external pressures pull them apart before their story truly begins? The emotional stakes are further heightened by the knowledge that this love story is foundational, the origin of the standards, expectations, and familial bonds that ripple through the main series. It's the understanding that every choice, every act of courage, every tender moment between Violet and Edmund has consequences far beyond their personal story, influencing the lives of Anthony, Benedict, and all the future Bridgertons, which makes watching their early romance feel both thrilling and essential. Beyond the central love story, the trailer hints at a wider cast of characters whose presence adds complexity, intrigue, and even potential conflict. From friends and rivals to mentors and family members, each interaction is layered with possibilities, teasing alliances, misunderstandings, and subtle manipulations that could shape or threaten the couple's path. And there is an unspoken suspense woven into these interactions. Which characters will support their love? Which will challenge it? And how will the dynamics of a society obsessed with reputation affect the trajectory of their romance? This tension is palpable, not through overt drama, but through gestures, glances, and pauses that speak louder than words, capturing the nuance and sophistication of the world they inhabit. The trailer doesn't rely on grandiose declarations or over-the-top conflicts. It relies on subtlety, on anticipation, on the quiet building of emotional resonance, which makes every scene feel alive and every line of dialogue feel significant. The beauty of the story is, in its realism, the awkward smiles, the nervous laughter, the hesitation before speaking, the small victories that signal mutual understanding and growing affection, all of which are hinted at in the trailer with remarkable clarity. For fans of the original series, there is an added thrill in seeing these formative experiences unfold, knowing that the choices made by Violet and Edmund will reverberate through the entire family narrative, shaping the character traits, values, and romantic expectations of the next generation. Every glance, every conversation, every decision carries weight, because we are not just witnessing a romance. We are witnessing the creation of a legacy, and that legacy comes with suspense. Because while the trailer shows tenderness and warmth, it also hints at challenges that threaten to disrupt the seemingly perfect courtship. From societal gossip to misunderstandings, from moments of insecurity to subtle tests of trust, the narrative teases obstacles that the couple must navigate, which keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, eager to see whether love will prevail or falter. It's a delicate, masterful balance of tension, intimacy, and anticipation, which is why the fan excitement is palpable even before the show releases. The trailer manages to convey not only the romance, but also the stakes, the weight of family expectations, the scrutiny of society, and the personal courage required to pursue love against all odds. And what makes this story even more thrilling is the promise that it will not just focus on romantic ideals, but also explore the characters' growth, their humor, their vulnerabilities, and the early formation of the values that will define the Bridgertons for generations to come. It's a story that is simultaneously timeless and fresh, familiar yet new, blending suspense, warmth, and intrigue in a way that will resonate with fans, old and new alike, making the anticipation for the full series almost unbearable. What makes this Violet and Edmund spinoff truly gripping is not just the romance, but the way it teases the deeper dynamics of the Bridgerton world. The subtle interplay of power, social expectation, and personal desire that has always made the series so compelling. From the trailer, it's clear that the creators are not just telling a love story. They are reconstructing the world that shaped every character we know and love. Violet, though young and inexperienced, is already showing glimpses of the intelligence, courage, and warmth that would later make her the cornerstone of the Bridgerton family. Her interactions with Edmund are layered with tension and anticipation. Every glance across the room, every shared laugh, every fleeting touch hints at an intimacy that is forming quietly, beautifully, and inevitably. It's a slow burn, which makes it all the more suspenseful, because we know the stakes are high, even if the moments appear ordinary on the surface. Edmund himself is captivating, with a charm that is understated yet magnetic. A man whose actions are guided by both propriety and genuine care, making him the perfect complement to Violet's wit and heart. And the trailer doesn't just focus on their relationship, hints at the social web surrounding them, a world where every choice carries potential consequences. Friends, rivals, and family members all play a role, creating opportunities for conflict, misunderstanding, and tension that keep viewers constantly guessing. There's a sense that even the smallest moments, a lingering look, a misinterpreted comment, a subtle act of defiance could have lasting repercussions. And that makes every scene pulse with suspense. The trailer also teases the humor and lightness that is so central to the story. The kind of playful banter and clever exchanges that make their connection feel genuine and relatable. Fans have long speculated about the early courtship, and seeing it hinted at visually, even in short glimpses, feels like uncovering a hidden layer of the Bridgerton universe that we've only imagined until now. But there is also a tension running beneath the surface. The kind that the original series has always excelled at, the tension between personal desire and societal expectation. Violet and Edmund are not free to act solely on impulse. They must navigate social rules, family pressures, and the watchful eyes of a judgmental society, which adds suspense to every interaction. The trailer suggests that this balance will be explored in depth, highlighting not only the romance, but the quiet, subtle challenges that make their love story both compelling and realistic. There's also a sense of historical grounding in the trailer, a careful attention to the period setting that adds layers of authenticity and stakes. Every dress, every gesture, every formal interaction reinforces the idea that love, while universal, is constrained by rules and expectations that must be navigated with intelligence, grace, and courage. And while the focus is on Violet and Edmund, the trailer hints at the ripple effects of their story, showing how their choices and connection influenced not only themselves but the future of the Bridgerton family. We see early seeds of family dynamics, hints at the values that will shape Anthony, Benedict, and the rest of the children, and subtle nods to how love, trust, and loyalty will become guiding principles across generations. Fans are already dissecting every frame, theorizing about potential plot lines, and debating which challenges the young couple will face, from minor misunderstandings to major societal obstacles. And the suspense is heightened by the uncertainty inherent in a prequel. We know how their story ends, but the path there is filled with questions. How will they handle moments of insecurity? What sacrifices will they have to make for love? Which characters will support them, and who might betray or challenge their connection? The trailer suggests all of these possibilities without revealing too much, keeping viewers on edge while still providing glimpses of the tender, heartwarming moments that anchor the narrative. There is also the thrill of seeing characters from the main series in their formative years. Glimpses of personalities and relationships before the events we know. Young family members, future friends, and potential rivals are teased, adding depth and suspense to the narrative. The trailer masterfully balances these elements, blending humor, tension, romance, and drama in a way that keeps fans engaged and theorizing. What's particularly thrilling is the promise of emotional resonance. The trailer doesn't just hint at romance, it hints at growth, challenges, and the emotional stakes that make the story matter. From the nervous excitement of first meetings to the slow building of trust and affection, the trailer conveys that every moment between Violet and Edmund is meaningful, charged with the kind of tension that only a well-crafted love story can deliver. And beyond the romance, the spin-off seems poised to explore societal pressures, subtle power struggles, and family dynamics in a way that deepens our understanding of the entire Bridgerton universe. Every choice Violet makes, every subtle act of courage or hesitation, reverberates through the narrative, creating suspense and intrigue at every turn. Fans are already speculating wildly. Will the show explore the early formation of Anthony's protective instincts? Will it show the early friendships, rivalries, and alliances that shape the family's social world? How will Violet navigate her own desires while respecting the expectations imposed by society and family? The trailer doesn't give answers, but it promises a story rich with emotional depth, suspense, and romance, making every moment a tantalizing tease. And that's the brilliance of this first look. It makes fans feel the weight of history, the thrill of romance, and the anticipation of legacy all at once, keeping hearts racing and imaginations running wild. The promise is clear. This isn't just a prequel. It's the key to understanding the foundation of everything we love about the Bridgertons, told through the story of two characters whose love will define generations. The more you watch the trailer, the more you realize that Violet and Edmund's story isn't just a romance. It's a study in character, legacy, and the quiet, unspoken power of choices made in the heart. Every glance, every subtle gesture between them carries more meaning than it appears, hinting at the kind of emotional intelligence and mutual respect that will define their marriage and, in turn, the foundation of the entire Bridgerton family. What's thrilling and a little suspenseful is that the trailer teases moments where Violet must assert herself against social expectations, balancing her intellect and heart while navigating a world that is unrelentingly judgmental. Edmund, on the other hand, is poised and measured, a figure of stability, yet the trailer hints at internal struggles he must manage. Expectations of family, reputation, and duty collide with the genuine affection he feels for Violet, creating tension that keeps